In this lecture, we are going to discuss yeast plasmid cloning vectors. Yeast are unicellular microscopic organisms having the plasmids that are used for the cloning. Plasmids are not confined to the bacteria only. Plasmids are also present in the unicellular fungi that are the yeast. Yeast, the scientific name of yeast is the Saccharomyces cerevisiae, is one of the most important organisms in biotechnology. Biotechnology में Saccharomyces cerevisiae का बहुत important use है. It is used in the wine, in the bakery industry, or in the pharmaceutical industry. Yeast has been used as a host. It is used as an expression system for the production of important pharmaceuticals from cloned genes. वो जीन जिनको हमने एक्सप्रेस करना है उस एक्सप्रेशन के लिए yeast can be used as an expression system. Why to use yeast as a vector? Yeast having different types of characters. These characters helps us to use the yeast as an cloning vector, yeast plasmid as a cloning vector, and we can also use yeast as an expression system. इन्हीं एसोसियात की वजह से हम yeast को cloning vector के तौर पर भी इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं और yeast को as an expression system भी इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं. Yeast are eukaryotes, unicellular microscopic eukaryotes हैं containing complex internal structures. Eukaryotes having membrane bound organelles, membrane bound nucleus, and the complex internal structures are present. That's why yeast is used for the production of complex proteins. Yeast is easy to manipulate as E. coli. Cell growth of yeast is faster and easier. Yeast can be cultured on artificial petri plate in the laboratory. Post-translational modification ability facilitate in the post-translational modification of the proteins. The eukaryotic proteins mainly require the post-translational modification. For this purpose, yeast is the most important. Absence of pyogenic toxins. Yeast never produce the toxins that are able to induce or produce the fever. Pyogenic toxins are the toxins that can induce the fever. High expression level proteins have high expression level. Yeast have high expression level. Yeast can express a variety of the genes. A well-defined genetic system is present in the yeast. Yeast is less expensive than other eukaryotic cells. Yeast contains unique target sites for a number of restriction enzymes. The plasmid of the yeast contains unique target sites, restriction sites for a number of restriction enzymes. मुख्तलिफ restriction enzyme जो प्लाज्मिड में restriction sites हैं उनको easily target कर सकते हैं जिससे आसानी से recombinant plasmid प्रोड्यूस हो सकता है. Yeast specific origin of replication and means of selection in yeast cells in addition to the bacterial origin of replication and antibiotic selection markers. Yeast का जो प्लाज्मिड है उसके पास अपना origin of replication है और अपने selectable markers हैं. Yeast plasmid can also have bacterial origin of replication and antibiotic selection markers. So yeast plasmid can be used as a shuttle vector. ये दो मुख्तलिफ host में survive कर सकता है. इसके पास अपना origin of replication है, इसको अपने selection marker है, इसके पास bacterial का origin of replication भी है और selectable antibiotic selection markers भी मौजूद हैं. Yeast can replicate in E. coli often at high copy number. Why? Because yeast का जो plasmid है उसके पास कौन से origin of replication है? Bacterial origin of replication और bacterial markers मौजूद हैं. The most widely used markers are His3, leucine 2, TRP1 and URA3. These are the markers present in the plasmid or in the yeast cloning vector. Yeast plasmid. Development of cloning vectors for yeast was initially stimulated by the discovery of plasmid that is present in most strains of Saccharomyces cerevisiae. The 2 micrometer plasmid is one of only a very limited number of plasmids found in eukaryotic cell. 2 micrometer plasmid that is present in the Saccharomyces cerevisiae, and it is only limited to the yeast only. Size of this plasmid is 6 kb, which is an ideal size for the vector. It can easily introduce inside the host cell. Copy number of plasmid, a yeast plasmid is very high, that is 70 to 200. The 2 micrometer plasmid is an excellent basis for a cloning vector because it can it have origin of replication, it have selectable markers, it have high copy number, it have less size. So this is the very efficient type of cloning vector. Replication of the yeast plasmid mainly use the plasmid origin of replication. It uses the enzymes of the host cell, and it uses the proteins that are coded by the RIP1 and RIP2 genes that are present in the plasmid and that are carried by the plasmids. These are different replication machinery of the yeast plasmid. Selectable markers for 2 micrometer plasmids. So markers are the most important characters of any type of the vector or any type of the plasmid. The yeast 2 micrometer plasmid should also have a variety or different types of markers for the selection of our desired gene or for the selection of the transformants. Some yeast cloning vectors carry genes for resistance to inhibitors such as methotrexate and copper. कुछ cloning yeast cloning vectors हैं उनके पास methotrexate and copper resistance gene मौजूद हैं. Normal yeast gene used for enzyme synthesis is used as a marker. जो वो जीन जो normally enzyme synthesis करते हैं yeast में, these genes can also be used as a marker. For example, the gene leucine 2, which codes for an enzyme that is beta isopropyl malate dehydrogenase. Leucine 2 जो जीन है ये बीटा आइसोप्रोपाइल malate dehydrogenase को सिंथेसाइज करता है. This enzyme involved in the conversion of pyruvic acid to leucine. This is the important enzymes used for the synthesis of leucine by using the pyruvic acid. In order to use leucine as a selectable marker, a special kind of host organism is needed. So leucine can be used as a marker. It is mainly used for a normal enzyme beta isopropyl malate dehydrogenase. When we use leucine as a marker, the host should be modified, and the special kind of host should be used while using the marker or the plasmid having the leucine gene. The host must be an auxotrophic mutant that has a non-functional leucine 2 gene. जो host होगा उसके पास leucine 2 gene absent होगा, non-function होगा. Such leucine 2 gene yeast, that is the leucine 2 deficient or leucine 2 minus yeast, is unable to synthesize leucine. अब चूंकि इसके पास leucine 2 gene मौजूद नहीं है, अब leucine produce या leucine synthesize नहीं होगा, and this yeast can only survive only if this amino acid is supplied as a nutrient in the growth medium. ये जो yeast है ये host तब सर्वाइव करेगा जब इसको मीडियम में, इसके ग्रोथ मीडियम में ल्यूसीन एज ए सप्लीमेंट के तौर पर सप्लाई होगा. अगर ल्यूसीन मौजूद भी नहीं है और इसके पास न्यूट्रिएंट में भी ल्यूसीन मौजूद नहीं है तो उसका सर्वाइवल मुश्किल होगा. Selection is possible because transformants contain a plasmid-borne copy of leucine 2 gene. जो प्लाज्मिड है उसके पास ल्यूसीन 2 जीन मौजूद होगा, इसलिए हम उसकी सिलेक्शन इजीली कर सकते हैं. सो आर एबल टू ग्रो इन द एब्सेंस ऑफ अमीनो एसिड. अगर प्लाज्मिड के पास ल्यूसीन 2 जीन मौजूद है तो वो प्लाज्मिड या वो यीस्ट जिसके पास ल्यूसीन 2 जीन वाला प्लाज्मिड मौजूद है, ट्रांसफॉर्म हो चुका है, अब वो यीस्ट विदाउट अमीनो एसिड सर्वाइव कर सकता है. In the cloning experiment, cells are plated out onto minimal medium which contains no added amino acids. Only transformed cells are able to survive and form colonies. अब वो जब हम क्लोनिंग एक्सपेरिमेंट करेंगे उसमें जब हम ग्रो करेंगे यीस्ट को, जब हम ऐसा प्लाज्मिड इस्तेमाल करेंगे जिसके पास ल्यूसीन 2 जीन मौजूद होगा, तो यीस्ट के पास चूंकि ल्यूसीन 2 जीन मौजूद नहीं होगा तो हम मीडियम में भी जो अमाइनो एसिड प्रोवाइड नहीं करेंगे, इसलिए वो यीस्ट सर्वाइव करेगा जिसके पास ल्यूसीन 2 प्लाज्मिड या वो प्लाज्मिड जिसके पास ल्यूसीन 2 जीन मौजूद है, और जिसके पास मौजूद नहीं वो सर्वाइव नहीं कर सकेगा. सो इट इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट क्राइटेरिया फॉर द सिलेक्शन ऑफ द ट्रांसफॉर्मेंट्स बाय यूजिंग ल्यूसीन 2 जीन इन द प्लाज्मिड. ल्यूसीन 2 डिफिशिएंट यीस्ट, क्रोमोसोम के पास कोई ल्यूसीन जीन मौजूद नहीं है, नो ल्यूसीन जीन. अब इसको जब ग्रो करेंगे मीडियम में, तो मीडियम में ग्रो करने के लिए मीडियम मस्ट कंटेन ल्यूसीन, मीडियम के पास ल्यूसीन होना जरूरी है। अब मीडियम के पास ल्यूसीन जीन या ल्यूसीन मौजूद नहीं होगा, अमीनो एसिड मौजूद नहीं होगा मीडियम में, तो ये कॉलोनीज ग्रो नहीं करेंगी। इन कॉलोनीज के पास अपना जो ल्यूसीन 2 जीन है वो डेफिशिएंट है, ल्यूसीन 2 डेफिशिएंट कॉलोनीज, बट मीडियम हैव द ल्यूसीन। Using leucine 2 as a selectable markers, the plasmid having the leucine 2 gene, it carries the leucine 2 gene when it is transformed into the yeast. After the transformation, when we grow this yeast on the medium having no leucine, क्योंकि मीडियम के पास ल्यूसीन मौजूद नहीं है। अब यहाँ पे वही कॉलोनी वही yeast सर्वाइव करेगा जिसके पास वो प्लाज्मिड मौजूद होगा जिसके पास ल्यूसीन 2 जीन मौजूद है, या वो yeast सर्वाइव जिसके पास ल्यूसीन 2 वाला प्लाज्मिड मौजूद है। सो ल्यूसीन 2 एक्ट एज ए मार्कर। अगर मीडियम में चूंकि ल्यूसीन मौजूद नहीं है तो वो जिसने ट्रांसफॉर्म नहीं किया वो यहाँ पे सर्वाइव नहीं कर सकेगा। The yeast 2 micrometer plasmid, it has the RIP1 protein and RIP2 protein. RIP1 and 2 are involved in the replication of the plasmid, and FLP protein that can convert the A form of the plasmid to the B form of the plasmid, in which the genes order has been rearranged by intermolecular combination, and the function of D is not exactly known. The size of this plasmid is 6 kb, that is efficient size, reliable size for the for cloning vector. Types of yeast plasmid that are used as a cloning vectors: yeast episomal plasmid, yeast integrative plasmid, yeast replicative plasmid, yeast centromere plasmid, and yeast linear plasmids. These plasmids can be used depending upon their transformation efficiency or their copy number and their replication rate inside the host. Yeast episomal plasmid. Yeast episomal plasmid, it's a vector derived from 2 micrometer plasmid of the yeast. yeast के जो 2 माइक्रोमीटर प्लाज्मिड से जो वेक्टर हमने ड्राइव किया उसको हमने yeast episomal plasmid का नाम दिया। Some yeast episomal plasmid contain the entire 2 micrometer plasmid। जो कुछ yeast episomal plasmid है उसमें completely 2 micrometer plasmid होता है, या others that include only the 2 micrometer origin of replication। कुछ ऐसे yeast episomal plasmids हैं जिनके पास सिर्फ 2 micrometer plasmid का origin of replication होगा। For example, yeast episomal 13, it is the yeast episomal plasmid. It illustrates several general features of yeast cloning vectors. Yeast episomal plasmid 13, it is a shuttle vector. It can survive in 2 different hosts. It contains 2 micrometer origin of replication. इसके पास 2 micrometer plasmid का origin of replication है। Complete 2 micrometer plasmid मौजूद नहीं है, सिर्फ origin of replication of 2 micrometer plasmid is used in yeast episomal plasmid. Selectable markers, that is the leucine 2 gene. Yeast episomal plasmid 13 also include the entire PBR322 sequence. As we have discussed that PBR322 is a parent and the grandparent of our other plasmids. So yeast episomal 13 plasmid also include the entire PBR320 sequence and can therefore replicate and be selected for in both yeast and E. coli. That's why it is a shuttle vector, क्योंकि इसके पास PBR322 का complete sequence है, tetracycline resistant gene भी है और ampicillin resistant gene भी है, और जो selectable restriction sites PBR322 की इसमें मौजूद हैं yeast episomal plasmid में। Yeast episomal plasmid having the tetracycline and the ampicillin resistance of the PBR322, and it having the leucine 2 gene as a marker used for the selection in the yeast, and it has the origin of replication from the 2 micrometer plasmid. 2 micrometer plasmid का जो origin of replication है इसमें इस्तेमाल हुआ है। So yeast episomal plasmid 13 is the example of the yeast episomal plasmid having the origin of replication of 2 micrometer plasmid. Yeast integrative plasmid. Yeast integrative plasmid basically बैक्टीरियल प्लाज्मिड्स कैरिंग ए यीस्ट जीन। ये बैक्टीरियल प्लाज्मिड है जिसके पास यीस्ट जीन मौजूद है। फॉर एग्जांपल यीस्ट इंटीग्रेटिव प्लाज्मिड 5। यीस्ट इंटीग्रेटिव प्लाज्मिड 5 इज ए PBR322 विद एन इंसर्टेड URA3 जीन। अब इसके पास जो सिलेक्टेबल मार्कर है वो URA3 जीन है। Yeast integrative having the PBR322 with URA3 gene. URA3 gene, this gene code for the orotidine 5-phosphate decarboxylase, an enzyme that catalyzes one of the steps in biosynthesis pathway of pyrimidine nucleotides and is used as a selectable marker in exactly the same way as the leucine 2. Leucine 2 की तरह इसको हमने as a marker के तौर पर इस्तेमाल किया because it is used for an enzyme that is orotidine 5 prime phosphate decarboxylase that is used for the biosynthesis of the pyrimidine nucleotide. Yeast enterotoplasmate cannot replicate as a plasmid as it does not contain any part of 2 micrometer plasmid. इसके पास 2 micrometer plasmid का कोई part मौजूद नहीं, इसके पास origin of replication मौजूद नहीं है. So it cannot replicate independently. It depends for its survival on integration into the yeast chromosomal DNA. It is called enterotoplasmate, so it should integrate into the yeast chromosomal DNA for its replication. Yeast integrative 5, it having the ampicillin resistance and tetracycline gene from the PBR322 and the URA3 gene for the selection that is used for the pyrimidine biosynthesis. Yeast replicatoplasmid. Yeast replicatoplasmids are able to multiply as independent plasmids because they carry an origin of replication. इसको अपना origin of replication मौजूद है, so it can replicate independently. Replication origins are known to be located very close to several yeast gene. जो replication origins हैं वो जो yeast के genes हैं उनके close मौजूद हैं, including 1 or 2 which can be used as selectable markers. जो selectable markers के तौर पर हम इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं उनके साथ selectable जो origin of replications. For example, yeast replicatoplasmid 7 is an example of the replicatoplasmid. It is made up of PBR322 plus the yeast gene TRP1. TRP1 is involved in tryptophan biosynthesis, is located adjacent to chromosomal origin of replication. TRP1 is a tryptophan biosynthesis gene. The yeast DNA fragment present in yeast replicative 7 contain both TRP1 and the origin of replication. Yeast replicative plasmid 7 having the TRP1 for tryptophan synthesis, ampicillin resistant gene and tetracycline resistant gene from the PBR322 having the size 5.8 kb. Yeast centromere plasmid, these are considered low copy number vectors and incorporate part of an autonomous replication system along with the part of centromere sequence. These vectors replicate as though they are small independent chromosomes and are thus typically found as a single copy. ये independently replicate हो सकते हैं. Centromere vectors or yeast centromere vector plasmids are stable without integration. ये integration के बगैर भी survive कर सकते हैं. Yeast centromere इस्तेमाल हो रहा है and yeast replication of origin इस्तेमाल हो रहा है. This is called, that's what is called the yeast centromere plasmid having the yeast centromere and yeast replication origin of replication. Yeast linear plasmid. Yeast linear plasmid, it is similar to autonomous replication system centromeric plasmid but not circular. It is linear plasmid constructed by adding telomeric sequences to both ends of a cleaved autonomous replication system based plasmid. जब autonomous replication system based plasmid को जो हमने cleave किया, उसको linear किया, उसको end पे जब हमने telomeric sequences add किए, the plasmid become the yeast linear plasmid. The telomere is the end of the chromosome. जब हमने chromosome के end को जब हमने add किया जो ARS based plasmid पे, तो वो yeast linear plasmid produce हुआ. This linear plasmid is present in single copy as a chromosome and are very stable and cannot replicate in E. coli. जो linear plasmid है ये single copy में मौजूद होता है और it is not able to replicate in the E. coli because it have no origin of replication that can replicate inside the E. coli. Therefore, it has drawn less attention but has raised much possibility to put together the complete set of gene in artificial chromosome of eukaryotes. Artificial chromosome of eukaryotes में this can be used to set the complete set of gene. Advantages of using plasmids as a cloning vectors. So we have discussed different types of plasmids in detail. PBR322, Puxis vector, PUN120, PUN21, and Ti plasmid, Ri plasmid, and yeast plasmids. These are different types of the plasmids that are used in the genetic engineering for the transfer of our desired gene inside the host cell and inside our expression system. Why we use the plasmid as a vector? Plasmids have different characters. Specifically, plasmids have different characteristics which compels the genetic engineers to use the plasmids as a cloning vector. Plasmids are easy to manipulate and isolate because of small size. प्लाज्मिड का साइज बहुत स्मॉल है, उनको easy manipulate कर सकते हैं, easily isolate कर सकते हैं. Plasmids are more stable because of circular configuration. प्लाज्मिड की जो structure है वो circular होते हैं, that's why more stable as compared to the linear structure genome. Plasmids possess restriction sites for one or the more restriction enzymes. एक से ज़्यादा restriction enzymes की restriction sites मौजूद हैं plasmids में. Insertion of linear molecule at one of these sites do not alter its replication properties. किसी भी जगह पे अगर हमने अपना जो insert add किया उससे उसकी replication property affect नहीं होती. The replication properties will not alter, replicate independently of the host because having its own origin of replication. Plasmids have high copy number. Detection by using plasmid is easy because they have selectable markers like antibiotic resistance gene markers like URA3 markers, leucine 2 markers, and TRP1 markers. These are different types of markers then that can be used for the detection of or for the selection of our desired gene or our desired recombinant plasmid inside the host cell. Disadvantages of using plasmids as a vector: लार्ज फ्रेगमेंट्स कैन नॉट बी क्लोन्ड. इसमें जो लार्ज फ्रेगमेंट है उनको हम क्लोन नहीं कर सकते. साइज रेंज ऑफ द प्लाज्मिड इज वेरी स्मॉल, 0 to 10 kb, and the standard methods of transformation are inefficient by using the plasmids as a cloning vector. That's why we have to use different types of the vectors to insert a large fragments of the genome or having a large size and that are easy to transform inside the cell. That's all about the yeast plasmids and other types of plasmids that we have discussed in other lectures. In the coming lectures, we will discuss about the bacteriophage based vectors and other vectors, lambda-phage vectors, M13 phage vectors, cosmates, phasmates, and artificial chromosome vectors. Thank you so much.